90s bikes weren't polite. They were raw, loud, legendary, and absolutely unfiltered. We're counting 15 machines that humble modern rides with real feel and durability. Carburetors, cable throttles, and chassis magic. Not screens, not mode menus. Stick around because number 2 is a green missile with street manners. And number 1 is the Fireblade that changed everything. Light, precise, iconic. Hitting top gear at number 15. Triumph Speed Triple T 509. Naked hooligan, British grit, street soul. A pub fight attitude with everyday ease and that twin lamp stare. It doesn't whisper, it talks back with meaty mid-range and raw feel. Why does it still destroy? Analog immediacy, broad triple torque, zero fluff. Crack the throttle and it rolls hard. From city speeds, no drama. Wide bars, upright stance, instant lever feel, pure control. Stoplight to stoplight, it's effortless, calm, and quietly quick. Back roads, it flows, settles, and punches out of corners with confidence. Facts that matter for real roads. Fuel injection brings clean starts, smooth pulls, and steady idle. About 54 cubic inches of triple heart with long legs. Steel spine frame delivers solid feedback, honest flex, and aim. 4-piston calipers on twin rotors. Strong bite, repeatable stops, iconic twin round lamps. Bug eye look, pure 90s personality. Gearing sits right for town sprints, with easy cruise at 65. Service is straightforward, parts support is healthy, and wrenching is friendly. One rider shared, "I've owned the bike since 1999, and it has almost 80K on it. I've circumnavigated Lake Michigan twice in less than 24 hours, plus ridden straight through from CT to IL, read 3 iron butt runs, done many 5-day trips on it, plus a half-dozen track days. Before I bought the Tona. The bike is fast enough, plus it's comfortable as heck, especially with the Corbin, and big enough to pack a tank and tail bag and actually go somewhere on it. My bike has been terribly durable." Light negative called out fair and square. Weight isn't feather, so tight U-turns want patience and room. Stock suspenders can feel soft when pushed. Short sag, fresh fluid, firmer springs. Do that and the chassis wakes up with big confidence. This is the naked that still feels alive at legal speeds. It teaches smooth hands, rewards clean lines, and never feels old. Ride it to work, loop the canyons, park it under neon, it fits. From pub brawler to high-speed throne, the next one wore the crown. Speed triple riders, which slip-on woke the sound without droning. Accelerating into number 14, Kawasaki Ninja ZX11 and the ZZR 1100. Top speed king, Ram Air Pioneer highway dominance. A long hood missile with turbine pull, rock-solid stability, and quiet confidence. It didn't chase likes, it chased horizons, states, and sunsets. Why does it still destroy? Real wind protection, smooth aero, cross-state comfort. Roll-on thrust feels electric, effortless, and endless in top gear. You settle in, breathe, and the miles just disappear. Facts that matter on real roads, not dyno charts. Early Ram air intake fed big lungs for clean surge. Aluminum frame and stable geometry kept high-speed jitters away. Fairing shape manages pressure, keeps shoulders relaxed and helmet calm. Ergonomics land natural. Humane bars, friendly pegs, and a real seat. Fuel range runs long. Luggage racks turn it into a jet. Gearbox is silky, clutch civil, and vibes stay tame. It's a time machine for fast, far, and unfussy travel. A bike that makes interstates feel short and detours feel smart. Service is straightforward, parts exist, and owners groups are helpful. Light negative called out fair. Big weight demands patience at a crawl. Tight parking, steep driveways, and U-turns want space and respect. Short tires, pressures, and brakes, and it pays you back. Set it up for you. Taller screen, fresh lines, and pads. Match gearing to your roads, check sag, and enjoy quiet pace. The crown may move, but the throne still fits this legend. Old school muscle is great, but raw character is up next. ZX11 Vets, best gearing for long interstate runs? Don't tap out. Subscribe and ring the bell. Big reliability deep dives, period setup guides, and real miles per gallon tests are coming. You won't believe which 90s tourer still does 50 miles per gallon at 65 miles per hour. Full throttle at number 13, Ducati Monster 900. Trellis art, L-twin punch, pure feel, a naked built like a wrenching dream and a street weapon. One glance and you know, metal, muscle, and no nonsense. Why does it still destroy? Instinctive chassis, fat mid-range, and alley agility. Roll the throttle at 3 grand and it shoves with attitude. Wide bar leverage, short wheelbase, and city gaps feel easy. It isn't chasing lap times, it's chasing grin lines and flow. Under the tank lies an air-cooled 2-valve L-twin with Desmo snap. Fueling is straightforward, serviceable, and packed with mechanical honesty. Brembo anchors give real lever feel and repeatable stops. The steel trellis talks back, line, load, and pavement texture. Upright posture keeps wrists happy and sightlines clear in traffic. Aftermarket? Huge. Seats, pipes, bars, and gearing to fit your roads. One rider shared, the 2000-2001 M900S is the best monster ever made IMO. Fantastic 900 motor, good fuel injection, and a steel tank. Street rhythm is its superpower. Short bursts, quick arcs, clean exits. It blips, drops, and hooks the next corner like old friends. Weekend back roads, set sag, fresh rubber, and let it dance. Quirks we accept with a smile. Vibes and clutch rattle. Add character. Heat in summer traffic is real. Keep the fan and fins clean. Sort suspension with springs and oil, and it tightens right up. This is the bike you park within eyesight, just to look back. Sole on display, hardware honest, and the sound is addictive. Want big V-twin shove for pennies? Honda answers next. Monster owners, bars or rear sets, first for comfort. Carving through the ranks at number 12, Honda VTR 1000F Superhawk and Firestorm. Torque wave, simple tech, everyday speed. A big twin that trades gadget chaos for mechanical calm. Twist in its surges, immediate, smooth, and ready to go. Why does it still destroys? Instant roll-on, easy wrenching, real-world gearing. You don't wait for power. It's there from neighborhood pace. Commuter on Tuesday, Canyon Slicer Saturday. Same bike, same flow. The recipe that works. Carb 90-degree V-twin with giant lungs. Alloy frame is stout, yet forgiving with predictable feedback. Forks are solid stockers. A respring wakes front-end confidence. Dual discs bring steady bite and clean modulation at the lever. Valve checks are approachable, parts are common, and budgets stay sane. Add slip-ons and proper jetting, and the motor sings thick. It loves mid-range arcs, short straights, and second gear roll. Steering is neutral, exits are tidy, and passing is effortless. Trade-offs we own. Range is modest. The stock tank is small. Plan fuel, pack light, and it will crush a day. Heat at low speeds, manage with airflow, coolant health, and time. Setup tips we've learned. Set sag, balance tires, mine chains. Stainless lines, sharpen brakes. Fresh bushings, quiet the fork chatter. A slightly taller screen makes highway runs feel easy. It's the budget big twin that refuses to feel cheap or tired. Simple, sweet, and ridiculously satisfying at legal speeds. From thump to shriek, two-stroke sorcery lands next. Superhawk crowd, what jetting or pipes made it? Sing? Pushing limits at number 11. Aprilia RS 250. Two-stroke, zing, feather chassis, surgical feel. A street-legal GP daydream with razor steering and lightness. Every input matters. Every corner becomes a lesson in flow. Why does it still destroy? Momentum mastery, scalpel agility, rider education. Carry speed, hit marks, and it rewards with lap after lap clarity. Where 4 strokes grunt, this one dances. Precise, lively, alive. Hardware that thrills. Alloy twin spar frame, banana swing arm, and adjustable bits. Brembos with real initial bite and trustworthy modulation at the edge. Chassis stiffness plus low mass equals turn-in magic and calm mid-corner. Power arrives in a crisp band. Time it and you fly. Stock bikes used oil injection. Many track folks go premix by choice. This is how Aprilia RS 250 sounds when it runs. You hear the crackle, feel the zing, and chase perfect lines. It teaches throttle discipline, brake release, and smooth body timing. Get it right, and the exit feels like silk and light. Ownership truths: keep plugs fresh, reads healthy, and jets clean. Warm it properly, respect temps, and it stays happy. Parts hunting takes patience. The payoff is pure addiction. Set it for you. Sag correct, tires fresh, pressures dialed. Chain alignment and brake bleed make tiny changes feel huge. It's less about numbers, more about feedback and flow. From GP Light to homologation bite, a Kawasaki icon returns. RS 250 faithful, favorite track, PSI and premix ratio. Blasting forward into number 10, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-7R. Homologation stance, green glory, corner grip. A street bike wearing racer bones and serious front-end feel. Low, long, and planted, it begs for fast, clean arcs. Why does it still destroys? Stout chassis, confident nose, high-speed stability. Load the tire, trust the fork, and it holds a line. Brake deep, trail in, and it stays composed across bumps. Cred that counts. Ram air fairing, big brakes, endurance tough hardware. Geometry favors commitment. Once set, it carves like on rails. The gearbox has that close-stacked spirit from its RR cousin. Mass centralization and firm springs deliver mid-corner support and drive. Tuning the shock and fork unlocks that legendary Kawasaki bite. It rewards the rider who breathes, looks far, and lets it roll. Fast sweepers feel easy. Long chicanes become one long thought. Pick an apex, trust the contact patch, and watch it hook. Reality check, we accept. Weight shows at a crawl and U-turns. Parking lot pivots want space, clutch finesse, and calm body language. Once moving, the heft melts and confidence skyrockets. Setup moves that matter. Fresh pads, lines, and good compound rubber. Align the bars, square the wheel, and keep bearings happy. A tad more rebound can steady exits and tame hop. This is the green machine that still whispers, commit and win. Not the easiest, but one of the most rewarding to master. Honda sharpens the scalpel. The RVF arrives. ZX-7R owners. What pads woke the lever feel? Revved up and ready at number 9, Honda RC45, RVF 750. HRC Precision V4 Wine, a homologation blade with surgical intent and road manners that stay cool. It feels carved from metal, not molded from plastic, pure purpose. Why it still destroys. Telepathic feedback, neutral geometry, durable hardware that shrugs abuse. Turn in is quiet. Mid-corner load feels even. Exits are measured and clean. Every control speaks clearly. No lag, no filter, just direct connection. Facts riders trust. Gear-driven cams with clockwork sound and long life. An alloy backbone that resists wobble, tracks straight, and absorbs chatter smart. Single-sided swing arm for quick wheel service and rock-solid rear location. Sophisticated fuel injection for crisp response and steady mix from idle to stripe. Top-rate fasteners, tidy looms, and race-bred cooling for long hot days. This is how John Wick, aka Keanu Reeves, once reviewed Honda RC45, RVF 750. It rewards calm eyes and patient hands with lap after lap consistency. Brake deep, release smooth, roll on early, and it pays you back. It's the rare bike that makes you better without punishing mistakes. Light negative, owned up front. Collector pricing. Setup takes patience and time. Spring rates, ride height, and tire profile matter more than on most. Match sag to weight, warm tires properly, and let the chassis sing. We keep one truth simple. Treat it like a tool, not a shrine. Ride it, service it, and enjoy that V4 hymn at dawn. Craving rowdy V-twin thunder? Suzuki brings the chaos. RC45 nerds, best sag numbers for backroad pace? Grinding into number 8, Suzuki TL1000S. Wild V-twin, light chassis, street mayhem. A wheelie-prone troublemaker with big lungs and short patience for rules. It's the grin that shows teeth, not the smile that asks permission. Why it still destroys. Massive mid-range, instant lift, compact wheelbase that snaps lines. Second gear roll-ons are comedy gold. On-ramps turn into private drag strips. Flick, settle, drive. The rhythm feels naughty and addictive downtown. Facts the crowd knows. Rotary damper lore is real. Stock rear needs help. Sort the shock and the bike transforms from twitchy to trustworthy overnight. Stout brakes up front, braided lines and fresh fluid finish the job. Simple fueling tweaks, sync, stacks, and careful map. Tame low throttle. Steering damper and sag numbers by calm hands at serious pace. The motor is the star. Deep thunder, crisp response, generous engine braking. Short straights vanish. Traffic gaps open and hairpins feel like games. Rack a small tailbag and you're living big on small roads. Light negative, stated plainly. Stock rear damping needs attention and time. Handle it with a shock swap or proven kit and smile. Check bearings, torque pivots, keep the chain healthy, and it stays sweet. Tires make or break TL magic. Pick a carcass with strong shoulders. Balance pressures. Watch warm-up, and the front tells truth without shouts. Rowdy is fun, but red perfection is coming. TL riders, what shock swap fixed the rear once and for all? Hammering down at number 7, Ducati 916, red icon, single-sider, dry clutch drama. A sculpted missile that blends art, feel, and precise road command. It doesn't age, it haunts garages and owns conversations forever. Why it still destroys. Chassis harmony, mid-corner support, and magic feedback through hands and feet. It asks for smooth inputs, then gives back confidence at serious lean. You ride quiet, breathe steady, and it threads S's like lace. Facts that built the myth. Trellis frame with tuned flex for grip. Under-seat cans, free rear suspension, and clean the wake behind. Superbike lineage shows in ergonomics that favor attack without panic. Strong brakes, honest master feel, and predictable rear traction on exit. Service wants discipline. Give it a schedule and it gives you years. The soundtrack matters. Dry clutch chatter, L twin heartbeat, exhaust chorus. It turns gas stops into mini shows. Strangers ask for photos. On good tires, the steering feels fine point and relaxed at speed. Light negative, no spin, heat and wrists at crawl speeds are real. Manage airflow, keep routes flowing, and it's worth the song. Clip-ons can be softened with risers. A seat swap also helps. This isn't about stopwatch wins. It's about lived-in pace and poise. It made riders smoother, braver, and more precise with less effort. Now for dirt road royalty that still tours the map. 916 owners. Which seat saved your wrists on long days? Flying past the pack at number 6. Honda XRV 750, Africa, Twin RD07, RD07A. Paris-Dakar routes, long leg comfort, bulletproof heart. A travel partner with range, poise, fix anywhere, simplicity baked in. Gravel feels natural, rain-rutted lanes feel normal, and camp is closer. Why it still destroys. Balance on gravel, real range, easy field. Fix is on tour. It tracks straight on corrugations, holds lines across marbles, and calms nerves. Stand up, relax arms, and it floats through chatter like memory foam. Facts, adventure folks value. Tractable V-twin with civilized manners and pull. Big tank stretches days. 200 plus miles is normal with care. Plush travel soaks rocks. Over 8 inches keeps pegs away from trouble. Steel subframe carries boxes, tools, and water without complaint or creaks. Airbox access, drain points, and fasteners are traveler-friendly by design. Road use is easy. Humane seat height, wide bars, and clear sightlines. Crosswinds don't bully. Fairing edges keep chest pressure modest at speed. Fueling is predictable. Altitude swings rarely rattle its temper. Light negative, acknowledged. Power is modest. This is range and reliability first. It's a tempo bike. Smooth roll, steady throttle, long views. If you crave sprints, bring shorter gears or a lighter load. Smart setup wins. Fresh cables, correct sag, and proper tire choice. 50 rubber for mixed days, true knobs when the road disappears. Grease pivots, carry spares, and the miles start to stack quickly. Okay, enough dirt. Time for a straight line legend. Africa, twin fans. Favorite gearing for mixed highway and forest roads? Dialing in at number 5, Suzuki GSX 1300R Hayabusa Hyperspeed Aero Bullet Highway King. A long-legged rocket with tidal torque and wind tunnel calm. It turns state lines into suggestions and distance into jokes. What keeps it ahead of modern? Unstoppable surge, ironed out air, mile-eating stance. Roll on in top, and the pull feels endless, effortless, inevitable. Aero bodywork slices clean, keeps your helmet quiet and chest relaxed. Long wheelbase brings straight line poise. No weave, no drama at speed. Cockpit fits humans, not mannequins. Bars reachable, pegs reasonable. Seats supportive. Quarter-mile royalty with repeatable launches and stout clutch manners. Brakes respond predictably. Lines and pads make them feel modern. Gearing suits American roads. Fast cruise, low stress, big range. Add a screen that works, and crosswinds turn into background noise. Chain care, fresh tires, and this big cat stays ready. Fair warning, city riders, heat and weight in town are real. Parking lot pivots like a sumo, give space, use clutch finesse, but point it toward horizons and it becomes butter and thunder. Dial-in tips we love, slightly taller screen, firm shock spring, quality rubber. Keep pressures honest, warm tires properly, and the chassis relaxes. Bag setup, soft throwovers, or a tidy tailpack keep it sane. From warp speed to razor focus, blue tuning forks ahead. Busa crew. What screen actually tames helmet buffet at speed? Firing on all cylinders, number 4, Yamaha YZF R1. Lightweight shock, Delta box and nimble, class reset. The first one felt like cheating. 600 size with leader punch. It didn't evolve superbikes. It detonated the template. Where it embarrasses modern, power to weight punch, compact mass, corner agility, it flicks with a thought, settles mid-corner, and drives clean. Throttle is direct, clutch is linear, gearbox snicks with mechanical truth. The Delta box frame gives Tiger spine and cat reflexes at once. Strong brakes, firm feel, and repeatable bite when rotors are warm. Fully adjustable suspenders let you tailor sag, pace, and roads. Tight packaging moves weight where it counts, not where it looks. Race success wasn't marketing. Set up right, it made riders faster. On back roads, it shrinks straights and turns ESCs into one line. The soundtrack? Inhale up top, steady baritone, down low. Reality check. Early ergos are aggressive. They reward fit riders. Wrist pressure and knee bend announce the mission. Go, not loaf. Bar risers, seat foam, and a calm screen can ease miles. Smart setup, fresh fork oil, correct springs, and sag that matches. Stainless lines sharpen brakes, good pads add initial bite. Keep the chain aligned. Sloppy drive kills that glowing exit feel. An analog masterpiece with endurance DNA is on deck. Original R1 riders. Which tires made it feel like a 600? Mid-ride pit stop. If this R1 nostalgia hits hard, roll with us weekly. Tap subscribe, flick the bell, and get no BS setup guides, torque specs, buyer traps. One click, zero cost. Max garage wisdom. Back on the throttle. Number 3 is art on wheels. Ripping into number 3, Honda RC30 VFR 750R. Homologation jewel, gear cam music, single-sider art. A hand-finished weapon that murmurs precision and answers with poise. It rides like a promise kept by engineers, not marketers. How it still humbles new metal, unmatched precision, linear drive, endurance calm. Steering is quiet and exact. It holds a line like script. Throttle brings smooth shove, not drama. Exits feel polished and pure. Titanium rods cut mass. The Big Bang order finds rear grip. Close ratio box keeps the V4 in the gold. Never flat. Geometry is iconic. Stable on straights, eager on turn-in. The single-sided arm makes wheel work easy and shows off style. Gear-driven cams sing clockwork music. No belts, no chains to fret. Hardware quality is obvious. Fasteners, looms, and cooling done right. On good rubber, it reads the road like Braille for grown-ups. Caveats for honesty: collector money, careful warm-up, patient setup. Treat temps with respect, mind clearances, and it will last. Chase, sag, and ride height until the chassis goes invisible. Track day? It won't scare. It teaches smoothness and rewards discipline. Back roads? It turns a messy loop into a symphony of flow. You finish rides quieter, sharper, and oddly more relaxed. Green Thunder with street composure, and it's not the king you think. RC30. Faithful, best pad compound for mountain descents, tearing through at number 2, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-9R. Big bore punch, all-day ergos, gentleman bruiser. The fast bike you can actually live with, not just survive. It mixes grown-up comfort with kid-in-helmet speed and smiles. Why it still matters on real roads. True comfort with true speed. Cable throttle talks. Clear, fueling is honest and predictable. Sensible geometry keeps it stable when pavement goes wavy or weird. The chassis is stout, not brittle. Feedback without headshake theatrics. Strong brakes, easy modulation, and confidence under hard trail brake. Ergos land in the sweet spot. Humane bar reach, knees happy, seat supports miles. Wind hits chest, not neck when screened right. It will run from sunrise to sundown and still feel ready. On back roads, it bends without fight. On highways, it loafs. Roll-on thrust from mid-range makes passes short and safe. Honesty clause, heavier than modern 600s, takes a nudge to dance. Once rolling, the mass disappears and rhythm takes over. Pick clean lines, stay relaxed, and it rewards smooth hands. Setup that transforms. Fork springs for weight, quality shock, proper sag, stainless lines, fresh pads, and the lever wakes up sharp. Tires with firm shoulders make sweepers feel endless and easy. This is the green machine for riders who want pace and grace. It's quick without cruelty, fast without fatiguing your brain. The revolution that rewrote superbikes is next. ZX-9R owners, favorite fork spring rate for backroad pace? The beast arrives at number 1. Honda CBR 900RR Fireblade. Weight slasher, chassis magic, blueprint maker. The bike that made big numbers feel light, nimble, and controlled. It didn't chase bragging rights. It rewrote them with balance. What keeps it ahead today? Light where it matters. Razor geometry, road reality. The Fireblade threads traffic like a twin, then carves canyons with ease. Inputs are small, reactions are big, and feedback stays honest. Facts that built the legend. Compact packaging around an inline-4 that loved to rev. Aluminum twin-spar frame for stiffness without dead feel. 16-inch front wheel in early years for lightning turn-in. Sharp steering, tidy wheelbase, and real pro link composure on exit. Bulletproof reputation, thousands of riders, decades of miles. It's a rhythm machine. Brake, tip, roll, all in one smooth motion. The seat, the bars, the pegs align your core, not your ego. You ride relaxed, quick, and precise without wrestling the bike. Honest caveat, easy fix. Early brakes wake up with stainless lines and modern pads. Sort sag, fresh fork oil, good tires, and it feels new. Why do we still smile? It makes average roads feel like flow state. No mode menus, no waiting for power, just you and the edge. It's the original that made total control feel real, not marketing. Join our growing community of bikers who value feel, reliability, and real miles. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. 90s legends we'd ride across states today, the maintenance shortcuts that save dollars, and the used market traps to dodge. Ride safe, ride smart, and drop your top 3 picks in the comments. We'll feature the best takes.